Hey, what's going on guys, Silent Core here, and yet again I'm at the Ogre's trading range. I'm getting there guys, but just slowly. I'm 81 range now, which I guess is some good progress made, nearly level 82 in a little while. So as you can see, I've got the rare of this week. I got the skeleton outfit and the jack-lantern mask. You have to get them from two separate spawns if you guys haven't already. But if you haven't got it, it's going to be released later on this year again, so it's no big deal. When I was logging in, there was actually like a pile of loot just lying in here, like a cape and stuff, and it looked like all really low level stuff. But then I remembered that when you die, you lose all your arrows, so I jump in there, grab the arrows, and he dropped 18,000 bronze arrows, which I thought was kind of funny. I'll probably end up using them, I'm rarely out. I think I've only actually died once here, and it was from a swarm because I went downstairs to make some pizza and stupidly left my account logged in and came back up and I was dead. But yeah, I've got some exciting news to share with you guys, and it seems to be kind of where my channel's been going lately. I haven't been doing too many guides, which is what I've done on my channel for a long time. It's turned into more of like an updating news channel, which I don't really know how I feel about yet, but I like keeping you guys kind of up to date with the games that I'm playing right now. So I guess the frequency of my videos kind of just depends on how much news and updates are coming, because Old School hasn't really had that much recently, so there's not been too much for me to make videos of. So there was an article posted a few days ago about Jagex CEO Mark Gerard, who openly said how much profits RuneScape have made. Well, not RuneScape, but Jagex in general, the whole game studio in general, how much profit they made in 2012. And it's over 76 million. Like 76 million. I probably don't even have that in-game money put together on all my accounts. So I wasn't quite sure if it was 2012 just that year, or if it was the 2012 financial year, which is probably more likely, because if it is the financial year, then it does include the Old School RuneScape, because the financial year goes from April to April, so Old School RuneScape was released within the first few months of 2013, so that would include the 2012 financial year. And I'm pretty sure from the initial buzz of Old School RuneScape, there was so many people subscribing, you know, so many people came back to the game, and that probably gave them a huge profit. But I think the majority of this profit comes from not just subscriptions, but from microtransactions. Now, I guess microtransactions has advantages and disadvantages. You know, the advantages being that it gives the studio so much more money to work with. They can, you know, put it towards further updates, maybe even new games. And the disadvantages being it completely devaluates the skills and achievements people have earned in the game just because of the way these microtransactions actually work, that I'll talk about in a little bit. So I'll take a quote here from about halfway through this article. It says, "We introduced micropayments into RuneScape a year ago, and that's been well received." And I'm not sure what he means by well received. If he means well accepted from the community that are currently playing the game, I don't think they were well received at all. I think microtransactions on a whole were very negative into the game, and a lot of people didn't like them. I even asked you guys today on Twitter what you thought about microtransactions, and on the whole part people were very negative towards the microtransactions that lean towards selling experience and selling money in the game, which I should think is probably one of the major sellers of microtransactions in RuneScape. I don't think that many people buy Solomon's store items. I think the main majority of the bulk is actually from that Solomon's Squeal. Solomon's Squeal? I mean, Squeal of Fortune, that was the one. So I think the fact that you can buy spins and that gives you a certain amount of experience and cash gain, it's undeniable. Like, it's undeniable the fact that you can pretty much buy experience and get cash in the EOC game right now. And in fact it does so in such a way that Jagex actually had to change the way they worded the real world trading rules, especially the quote that said we didn't want players to have an advantage from their real life wealth in game. And obviously having more real life money to spend on spins gives you more experience and a better advantage in game. But what I didn't realise was just how popular this was, like how many people are buying spins and microtransactions to see such a high profit number. So I should think from this quote he means that it's been well received in the fact that lots of people have purchased it for the experience and cash, rather than being praised in the actual community that it's been released in. And I think with just such a big number, you know, 76 million, I couldn't even comprehend what I'd do with, you know, just 1 million. But it just makes me think, like, what exactly happens to this money? Like, obviously there's a lot of expenditures, you know, staff expenditures, you know, there's travel, there's RuneFest, but has the evolution of combat and the new graphics update that's going to be in RuneScape 3 and the interface update, is that where most of the monies actually went? I think for 76 million I'd kind of expect to see, you know, RuneScape on the Xbox One and the PS4. And you know, it might be interesting how RuneScape would do in consoles. You know, would it have a big rival with Skyrim and Oblivion and those sort of games? Or is it just strictly one of those games that would only work with a keyboard and mouse? So that's about all the information I managed to gather from the article. I'll link it in the description if you guys would like to read it in more detail. They did mention a little bit about RuneScape 3 being released this summer, which I guess we can expect pretty soon. It's getting pretty hot in Scotland, so and also Transformers Universe, which I assume will be coming after RuneScape 3 later on in the year, which I'm also pretty excited about. I mean, so far we've heard absolutely nothing about the game. We don't really know what type of game it's going to be, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing more about that. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you could choose whether microtransactions were allowed in RuneScape or not allowed in RuneScape. Like, if it was a public poll, what would you say? Would you say yes to it or no to it? So leave your comments down below, just a simple yes or no. It'll be kind of interesting to see how this kind of poll fares out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.